next, we have a special address given by the Honorable Mr. Khairy Jamaluddin, the Minister of Health, Malaysia. The Honorable Minister of Health is in charge of Malaysia's fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. We would like to thank the Honorable Minister for taking time to officiate this conference despite his very tight schedule as the commander in charge of the battle against COVID-19. Malaysia has achieved a fully vaccination rate of 82.2%, and the confirmed COVID-19 cases have dropped from a daily peak of more than 31,000 in late February to a bit over 3,000 on April 26th. An outstanding achievement indeed. So, Minister, please.
First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me to officiate the Dr Wu Lieh-Teh International Conference 2022 and deliver a keynote speech. Today's conference is held to commemorate the 111th anniversary of the International Plague Conference, first held in Shenyang, China, from April 3rd to April 28th, 1911. Dr. Wu, who was born and had his early education in Penang, is an internationally renowned epidemiologist. He was admitted to Emmanuel College, Cambridge, at the young age of 17 under the prestigious Queen's Scholarship and graduated from Cambridge with a degree in 1903. In 1910, Dr. Wu successfully stamped out the raging pneumonic plague that broke out in the northeastern region of China and saved millions of lives. That won him international fame and respect, a man who is known as Guoshe Wu Shuang. He was accorded the honor to preside over the International Plague Conference held immediately after the Manchurian Plague was eradicated to review and evaluate the measures taken and document the experiences of the plague epidemic for future reference. Deliberations of the conference were later published in the 500-page report of the International Plague Conference 1911, now a classic on epidemiology study. Many practices, such as wearing face masks, quarantine of the infected, and lockdown of cities, which are now considered as standard measures in containing the spread of the coronavirus, were protocols pioneered by Dr. Wu in the fight against the Manchurian Plague. In fact, Dr. Wu's work to control the 1910 Manchurian Plague has been acclaimed as a milestone in the systematic practice of epidemiological principles in disease control. Dr. Wu was also the inventor of Wu's mask, the precursor of the N95 mask. He discovered that the deadly disease, with almost 100% fatality rate, was pneumonic plague, and that it was transmissible through air after conducting an autopsy on one of the victims. Dr. Wu developed a cloth mask which could be wrapped securely around one's face with added layers of cloth to filter inhalations. Wu's mask was deemed as the principal means of personal protection, effective at stopping airborne transmission during the Manchurian Plague. Masks have since continued to be widely used to control transmission of respiratory infections such as the Spanish influenza through to the present day. In fact, most countries have made wearing a face mask mandatory in the fight against COVID-19. In this regard, I would like to take this opportunity to record our appreciation for the assistance provided by China in our fight against COVID-19. The China Construction Bank in Malaysia has donated a total of 15,000 masks to Sungai Buloh Hospital, the main hospital dedicated to treating COVID-19 in 2020, at a time when face masks were in short supply. After which, China Communications Construction ECRL Sdn Bhd donated 5,000 N95 grade face masks, 20,000 medical masks, and 1,200 goggles to the Ministry of Health. In April 2020, China sent an 8-member medical expert team who stayed in Malaysia for 2 weeks to share their experience and expertise on fighting COVID-19. China has to date donated 1.5 million doses of the Sinovac vaccine to Malaysia. The manufacturer of Sinovac has also entered into a cooperation agreement with Pharmaniaga Berhad, Malaysia's largest integrated pharmaceutical group, under which the company would purchase 14 million doses of the vaccine for distribution in Malaysia through a fill and finish process. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia is one of the world's most diverse countries. According to the National Biodiversity Index, Malaysia ranks 12th in the world with an estimated 15,000 species of vascular plants. Malaysia, therefore, has huge potential in herbal industry, particularly in the field of traditional Chinese medicine. I am pleased to inform that just last month, I have signed an MOU with Mr. Yu Wenming, Commissioner of China's National Administration of Traditional Chinese Medicine, on behalf of the two governments for cooperation in the field of traditional Chinese medicine. The MOU is a commitment aimed to encourage, facilitate, and promote cooperation between the two countries in the fields of practices, raw materials and products, education and training, as well as research in traditional Chinese medicine. It is a milestone in the development and propagation of traditional Chinese medicine in Malaysia and is a result of the strong bilateral relations that we have shared for so long. As we begin this transition to endemicity, it is my hope that we can continue to support each other in the fight against COVID-19 and any other infectious disease for the betterment of all of our people. Thank you very much and have a wonderful conference.